Hey everybody, good morning. I just wanted to let you know and just show you a little bit of what I've got going. That's not going to work as well. So we're going to have to use the smaller one, but just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've got going today in terms of my lesson in Nearpod, which I'm doing on what is globalization. So in my 8th grade global studies class, we're talking about economics, and globalization is a huge part of it. So what I want to do is just show you what I'm going to do today and why I'm choosing to use Nearpod. So as you can see, I'm just in the preview of this lesson called What is Globalization? Really straightforward. And it's a part of a really good series through Nearpod that's called World 101, which I'm lucky to have access to. So, and reading through this, I'm not going to read through all of this stuff with you, but it's really good if you have this available to you to use it. So the thing I like about this is this is pre-made for me, but I can still go in and edit. So if there's some slides I want to take out, I'm going to take them out. But as we look at it, the essential question, to what extent has our world become increasingly interconnected? And that's the question I want to ask my kids. And it's so perfect because my kids need to learn that. That's the whole point of what I want them to learn, is that they can live in a world that's very interconnected. So as we do this, we move forward. Again, the learning objectives. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to define globalization in its context of the modern world, describe essential global organizations, and analyze challenges faced on the global and local levels resulting from globalization. Like, I didn't write those. It was written for me, but it's so perfect for what I'll be teaching. And that's one of the best things about the Nearpod subscriptions, is that you're able to download lessons that have been made by other people, especially ones that are as good as this one. So, all right, so this just talks about the few parts. I'm going to break it up into 2 full class periods, 2 45-minute class periods, because it's a 50-minute lesson, but there's no way with everything and questions and discussion that it's going to take me. So I'm going to take 2 full class periods on it. And that's why I'm going to do, I believe I'm going to do the teacher-led today. I haven't really decided, but teacher-led means that I control the presentation so that the kids can't click and go through to those different spots, so I know exactly where each class is and where they're leaving off. So, all right, so engagement. And here's one of the best parts about it. Nearpod VR is awesome. So the directions say it's no exaggeration to say that when you go shopping today, the world is at your fingertips. On the next slide, you'll take a VR field trip around a shopping mall in Dubai. As you explore, look for evidence of how the environment represents world connections. So it tells you exactly what you're looking for, world connections. And hopefully it comes up. So you have the opportunity to go to different places and to explore different parts of the mall. You got a Starbucks. You got a Starbucks coffee next to what I assume is Arabic writing. Well, I guess it's all just one big Starbucks, it looks like, but it's written in both English and Arabic. So as we continue to move over, we got all these different stores, another one here. Oh, we can zoom in, we can zoom out. So it's really cool, especially if you have the Nearpod VR goggles. I've never had the opportunity to have the VR goggles, but I've heard it's super cool. So let's take a look up. I'm wondering if we can't go up. We have a TGI Fridays up here. Cool to be able to do that, and I'm sure the kids are better at it than I am. All right, so now we get a chance to zoom out. Haagen-Dazs is over here. You know, you're looking and you're seeing all these things that are global. You're in Dubai, but you're seeing a bunch of American companies. It's really cool though. So that's why I like this particular side here. And then this is a cork board where kids can write a 250-word response to what they did on the VR. So what evidence did you find of global connections or trade on your field trip? And they can enter their answers, and it pops up and it populates the screen. It looks like a cork board, and you have the option to leave their names on it or have them take their names off. So For me, depending upon which classes it is, I will leave the names on and off just because I know my certain kids will handle things a certain way. So we're going to explore and define what is globalization as the world develops, connections between countries and continents allow ideas, goods, and pretty much anything else to travel more quickly than ever before. Don't want to sit here and bore you with all of that. So here's a video, and I'm not going to go through and play it, but it's a nice video talking about how the world is globally connected, that I can control. The kids can watch it. It'll be up on my screen through my computer, and then followed up by a quiz. It's just a simple quiz. True or false, globalization is a trend that has only been around for the last 100 years. True or false, globalization allows for goods and information to move quickly around the world. International networks that turn raw materials into finished products are known as blank. And potential negative consequences of globalization might include select all that apply. So this is a really fun part. This is a part that I'll give my kids a grade on, is the quiz part. And it's super easy if you're building your own lessons in Nearpod to put quizzes and other different applications in. So it's really cool. Fill in the Freyer model with the term globalization. Examples, image representations, and non-examples. So what we do here with this one is we look at this particular illustration that talks about how much time was needed to travel from London to Hong Kong. In 1881, it was 35 days. In 1914, 25 days. 1937, 10 days. And now today, you can do it in about a half a day. So it's really cool. The kids can click on this. So when they're answering their questions, they can go in and they just go in and they populate this with their answers. They use a little text box or they use the writing tool. Think, pair, share. To what extent do you believe globalization has improved daily lives around the world? Try to generate at least one benefit and one drawback. And then as we continue on, I'm going to probably stop there with my little tutorial video, because I think this is probably all the farther I'm going to get with this. But I'm really excited. My kids are really engaged with this. I don't know about your school in particular, but mine is not big on kids using their own phones, but it works well with their own devices. And I think it's just a chance of, depending upon which particular kids will get to use devices depending on their behavior. So that's my little Nearpod gig for today. Today is December 10th, and we're talking about globalization.